We are live.
It's festive.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huzzah!
I'm going to start working huzzah
Do it.
into all of my stuff now.
Do it.
Huzzah.
5 panelists and a Jawa right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was a Darth Lord. I mean, a Sith Lord.
Is the new Utini.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. What's up, guys?
How's everybody? Let's see. We got Liza in here. We got Kyle. Carl is here. Jason. Let's see. Bug Hunter 801.
Carl.
Hi, everybody.
Liza Nell's in the house.
all here.
Jennifer P.
Oh.
Mark. Trevor.
Wait. Mark, what are you doing in here? I told you. Welcome in.
Welcome to the show, y'all. Hopefully
sorry.
y'all taking care of yourselves.
It's a full house.
We were all just catching up. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
see a Ryan Riches.
Carrie was white man dancing, as Rebecca calls it.
D.R. Hobbs.
All shoulders and fists.
Because that's what's in the camera. You don't see the rest.
The essentials of TikTok dancing right there.
Okay.
Guys, I didn't even tell you about last week and how I was literally rolling nat ones all day. I didn't have my computer power cord. I couldn't set up the goddamn Wi-Fi. My laptop thinks it's from 1995, so it doesn't really want to work. And then as soon as all of that just wasn't working, I had a good stress cry, and then I went and took a nap. Mm-hmm. And then literally just everything else for the rest of the day. It got to a point where Andrew was like, "You're not allowed to do anything for the
No
rest of the
touching
day."
anything.
Yeah, so but it's a new week and we're all here.
I've moved so many times. I was, living through you and on your social media, just going, yep.
Well,
it sucks.
I've done the math and we move about every 2 years, and I hope to God we don't do it again.
Are you in radio? Because that's
Yeah.
Contract's up. Time to go to a new
we're
market.
in real estate, and so that's why.
There you go.
I'm proud of you though. You doing things.
Yes.
Thanks. This house has a goddamn pool and a hot tub.
It also got some. What? Excuse me?
Yeah,
Pool
we got
and
a
a hot tub?
pool and a hot tub,
Okay, you out here.
and a
I
pool
see.
house.
Sorry,
A
I need to
pool
move.
Whole
I need
separate
to-
ass structure in the
there.
backyard.
There, I had to move you higher up on the.
Yeah, sorry. The air's nice. The air's nicer up here.
Damn, look at you.
Oh,
Okay.
that's funny.
Carl says, and I quote Carl, "You look cozy, American fork, Shannon."
Yeah.
You look cozy Air Force, Shannon.
He's not sick. He's just cozy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get started?
No.
Before we get started, I want to tell you the funniest thing I've experienced all week.
What's
being in a meeting with somebody who got the news that 2 out of 3 of their kids were COVID positive halfway through the meeting.
Ooh. That's a big one.
During the meeting, so you got to watch reaction real time?
Uh-huh.
Can we get a quick reenactment?
Yeah, could you?
I don't know if I could actually cause all the color to leave my face.
Well, let's pretend.
It was like this. Hold on just a second. This is from my... Oh, holy shit. Guess who's quarantined for 10 days? Yeah.
All right.
I just have to say before we start that as a master of slouch myself, I must recognize and commend Shannon's slouch that he has going on.
That's not a slouch. That's a gangster. That's a gangster lean. Shannon
Oh,
looking.
I'm reclined in my chair.
Reclined is is the high level slouch. You know, the money slouch.
Don't sell yourself short, Tony. You're a tremendous slouch.
Well, thank you.
Slouch Master General.
I wish I could turn on my massager, but you guys would be able to hear it.
Yes.
We appreciate your
Shannon.
sacrifice.
Well,
Shannon looks like a cannon slouching in the couch.
The struggle bus.
Riding that struggle bus.
All right. Should we do this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
People like your
Barely.
haircut, Rebecca, by the way.
Barely.
What?
People like your haircut. I just saw
Thank
them
you so much. Thank you
in the
so
room.
much, everybody. I definitely a lot shorter than I wanted, but oh
That's
well.
good.
I'll
That's
take
good.
I'll take
do
things
your
I'll
thing.
never hear for 500, Alex.
Mine too short too.
Yeah, we know what that's about. Yeah.
Small penises.
Yeah. Small penises.
Oh, we're
All right.
celebrating that now? Yes.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
I like big boys, itty bitty boys. That Lizzo song? Anybody? No?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's just. Yeah, let's start the show. Oh god.
And welcome back. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Oh,
You missed us.
Hello.
everybody's here today. Oh, y'all look good.
Shannon, you especially.
Yeah.
He looks comfy. Salute the comfy right there.
He's
right.
he's the Slouch Master General. He's Shannon Barneson, everyone.
Oh, hi, guys. Everything's great.
we can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
selling it. Yeah.
It's fucking, everything's fantastic.
Okay.
I believe him.
I do.
Our returning champion, Jay Whitaker, everybody.
Yeah, what's
Hey.
up? Everything's fucking awesome. Well, am I not supposed to swear in the first minute of the podcast?
30 seconds.
Oh, we're
You're
6
good.
minutes in. We're good.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
it's,
just
it's
talking
the,
about dongs.
it's the first 30 seconds of the actual video recording. You
Oh,
The
okay.
liveness.
and even then,
cool.
it's the F-bombs you want to keep to a minimum.
Okay, well, shit, yeah. Like, everything
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
like,
you're good.
I'm having, everything's the shit. And check me out. I'm slowly penetrating NYC. I'll be at the Knitting Factory tomorrow in Brooklyn. And I'll be at the Asylum next month in January. So NYC Asylum and then possibly the Stand. So if you're in the NYC area, come fucks with your boy. Love y'all.
Well, just go to your website for
If
dates.
it's up, I don't know if it's up. I don't think I have the rights to my own domain anymore.
Well,
I
then,
think somebody snuck and bought the shit from underneath me.
then follow him on social media.
You petty bitches.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can buy it.
All right. She will too. You know that.
I know
Jay.
she will.
Yeah.
She
I
will
got-
buy your she will buy your domain. She's Rebecca Frost, everybody.
I got a reminder email from GoDaddy because I buy my domains through GoDaddy, and it's like, hey, one of your domains is up for renewal, and it's dinglefights.com.
I love it.
Yo,
love
what?
it.
I remember Dingle Fights.
When? No, I need the backstory.
Dingle Fights was
Good-
awesome.
I also forgot I had dinglefights.com. So
A dingle fight. Explain this to me. Is this like tape the sword up and fight with the dingles?
I mean,
Or-
it can whatever you want it to be, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't built a site for it, so it
He's
can
not-
be anything.
He's not sure what a dingle is. He's Tony, Quad T, Too Tall Tony.
Just so many definitions to choose from. I guess it depends on the day of the week.
I know. Isn't a dingle the thing for an iPod or an iPhone?
Yeah.
That would be a
charger?
dongle.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dongle.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. Well, check me out on Twitter at Quad T Tony. Maybe I'll start defining dingle on my Twitter account. Probably not though, but maybe. Or on the Gadget Spot podcast.
It's worth a try.
Yeah.
Lee George Cade, everybody. Hi.
Hey, I don't have a lot of news, but I do have one piece of exciting news. Are you ready for this? Renewed
Yes.
for season 4.
What?
I'm just making shit up.
Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
got nothing.
Lee-
I got nothing. I
Lee
thought you guys
got
would be
renewed.
excited about that. Yeah, I'm renewed. Our host, Kerry Jackson.
oh, hi.
Bah, bah,
Monday,
bah, bah.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com. All right.
Renewed for season 200,000.
Not
Carrie-
yet.
Seriously.
Not yet.
Carrie,
He says.
before you get into the news, I'm really excited to say that we have a sponsor today. We have a
Word?
new sponsor. Yep.
A new sponsor. Wow.
A new sponsor. I was going to tell you guys beforehand, but we just finalized the deal. Today's episode of Geek Show podcast is sponsored by Kenner's Daddy Saddle. You can get
Oh my God,
those
I saw that
today
thing yesterday.
at
A
fine.
missed opportunity to call it the daddle.
It's the
Yes.
Daddy Saddle from Kenner. It's $4.99 at LaBelle's or at Lionel Play World near you, or your local Warwolf. Giddy up, old daddy, for hours of the most exciting fun any child and parent ever had playing together. Real-looking saddle with horn,
I'm not
stirrups,
into it.
girth, and real tooled leather. Western trim, vinyl skim coat over foam rubber. Looks like the real leather. Fits any size daddy.
Is this for the children or the
You
parents?
could ride
Yeah.
you could ride your daddy all afternoon long.
I think it might be for perverts.
$4.99 at your local LaBelle's.
I've seen this
Actually,
on
no, I've
FetLife.com.
seen this advertisement as well.
If you go to Gibson's and tell them you heard it on Geek Show, you get 10% off. Yeah,
10% off at $4.99. Now, the best part is if you actually do see this print ad on my Facebook page, I found it. It's lovely. There's the kid sitting with his toy rifle on his dad's back on the daddy saddle, but there's a little girl riding on a box because like her dad went for cigarettes and never came back.
Seriously, like how did they not call it the daddle? Like
Exactly.
I'm with Rebecca. I'm team Rebecca on this. Daddle should have been a thing, and yeah, well, go get your daddle and use promo
And
code
ride your
Dingle
daddle all afternoon long.
Yeah, let's make a video game called Dingle Fighter. And
Stacy,
AO rating.
Stacy says the safe word is bargain. All right.
which is a solid safe word.
Thank you, Stacy. All right.
Boy.
Let's. We got to raise a glass. We got a couple of them here.
2-syllable safe words are the best.
Fucking William Shatner. Who saw that coming?
I know, right?
One
He's never gonna die.
human alcohol beer.
He's
I
not.
drank all my root beer, so you can't see what it says.
Mine's made of, my seltzer's made of quinoa.
Raise a slurm.
Quinoa.
Raise a slurm. It's Mike Nesmith.
Oh, yeah. I saw his face. I was a
yeah.
believer.
Yep. He of the monkeys, the one with the wool cap on. He tripped out. He went away.
Is he the one that wrote Head, or was that the other one?
Jack Nicholson helped write Head.
And I know he directed it.
Oh, Nicholson directed it. That's right.
Yeah.
Head is a monkeys movie.
weird
Yeah,
as
but
shit.
but here's the thing about Michael Nesmith is that, everybody knows about the liquid paper fortune and all of that. But did you know? Well, Rolling Stone is crediting him with inventing the music video.
Interesting.
It's true. It's true.
There was a little project he did called Elephant Parts. It was on VHS, and he is the guy who created the idea of having a story to the song in the video and recreating it. And so
Well,
there's that.
and the monkeys kind of started that in a way too. Anyway,
Talk
Yeah.
into your microphone more, Shannon.
I
know you're cozy, but
wasn't leaned back enough. Sorry.
He also invested in a series of businesses and movies, including Repo Man and Tapeheads. So yeah.
Now let's go back to this liquid paper thing for a minute. He invented whiteout?
No, his mom.
his mother did.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That is
And,
kind of
yeah.
Accidentally.
He said it feels like the Monkees. We should be writing our own songs, and of course the people that created the Monkees said no. We're going to have these songwriters do it. He says, "Well, I've got a song I'd like to submit." He says, No, not. You're not a songwriter. You're an actor. You're not a songwriter. And so he took the song and he gave it to Linda Ronstadt, and it was a big hit. So Mike Nesmith. Also, raise a glass. This one will hit some of us pretty hard. Masayuki Uemura, creator of the NES and SNES,
Yep.
died, age 78.
damn. He was 78.
Yeah. He said that he was working at this company, and he says, President Yamauchi told me to make a video game system, one that could play games on cartridges.
Yep.
He always liked to call me after he had a few drinks, so I didn't think much of it. I just said, sure, boss. And I hung up. It wasn't until the next morning when he came up to me sober and said, that thing we talked about, it. I'm serious.
Well, not a lot of people know that Nintendo is actually a very old company.
Yes,
I think they're
that is
close
a
to
fact.
100 years old, if not older, and they were a card manufacturing company. They made playing cards
Yes.
and other things like that.
that I
And
did
then they,
know. I did
then they
know
broke
they were
into
cards first.
Yeah, and then they broke into video games in the 80s.
All right, let's get to the news, the big news this week. And I know how Lee feels about this, but Cowboy Bebop canceled by Netflix after one season.
No, see, I'm sad about this. I really liked that first
Who could have
season.
possibly seen this coming?
The Neckbeards won.
Sorry,
Not that you're neckbeardly, but they doomed it from before it was even out by complaining
Yeah.
about nobody can remake this.
It's more complicated than that, though. Yes, the neckbeards did not help, and the fact that people like me are being lumped in with the people that got pissed because they didn't do Faye Valentine's costume skimpy enough. You can this is the way I've best described it to myself because I loved the way it looked. I loved the way it sounded. It's like they got everything right, but it didn't have a soul. Or, as I told Rachel, Netflix has the rights to the original anime, right? So
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can watch it there, yeah.
right. So it's like you go to a concert hall, and in one hall is Rush, and in another hall is a Rush cover band. What are you going to go see?
The cover.
Well, all I know right now is a Rush cover band, and I liked it. So I'd like to see some
Yeah.
more performances by them.
No, it's hard.
Neither, thanks.
Neither.
Great. I mean, okay, Rush is a bad analogy, but you know,
I like Rush.
Well,
it's not the actor's fault.
according to Netflix, this series racked up almost 74 million viewing hours worldwide since it debuted. It got plenty of sampling out of the gate, but plummeted to 59% for the week of November 29th through December 5th. The renewal rate on Netflix's scripted series that have 2 or more seasons stands at 60%, and that's in line with industry averages. It balancing out the show's viewership and cost.
Okay.
The co-executive producer was, of course, bummed, naturally. He said, "I truly loved working on this. It came from a real and pure place of respect and affection. I wish we could make what we planned for second season, but you know what they say? Man plans, God laughs. See you, Space Cowboy. We had so much cool shit planned for season 2." So
It should have been a slam dunk for me, right? I was so excited for it. Every little change I championed. I was
That's true.
on board.
You weren't one of the
No.
jerky guys before.
No, I was
on
on board with everything.
Yeah.
I
Yes, you were.
loved every single thing I saw about it. I could tell it was a labor of love, but it just felt like the original Bebop is a Western interpretation or an Eastern interpretation of Western media and cowboy stuff through a science fiction show. And it was almost like it was translated as a middle school cosplay project. And but still, what I'm glad about is I liked enough of what I saw that I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt and go back to it. And then I accidentally saw the reveal of Ed at the end of season 1, and I'm really glad the show got canceled.
I thought it was weird too, that part at the end.
Ed-
Even not knowing about Ed, I was just like, this is
If
weird.
you can't do Ed right, don't do Ed. Just don't fucking do it. Just stay away.
the Neckbeards did kind of have their long knives out long before for this show, but another project that they also had their long knives out for was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, but it has been greenlit for a sequel.
Yeah.
And you're getting Destin Daniel Cretton coming back to direct and help write. My favorite post about this was Simu Liu's Twitter account where he says, "Guys, we failed so hard, they gave us a sequel." So,
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and that's just proof that the Neckbeards can't actually destroy anything. They can scream and yell from every mountaintop they have. We know they're Neckbeards.
yeah.
I didn't know that was okay. First of all, I didn't know that was like a diss. I like that though. I'm gonna take that with
You
me.
didn't know
Oh,
Neckbeard was a
neckbeards?
diss?
Yeah.
Like, okay, but what's the problem with a neckbeard? Like,
Stereotypically, the
I
men
shave
with the
every day, so,
neckbeards
like, I
are
don't
the
have
ones
this
who are
luxury.
always complaining about pop culture.
Yeah.
okay.
And it's not because they shave their neck beard on purpose. It's just
where they
that's
can
where
only grow.
that's where it grows in. And they are too
those dudes.
Yeah, those neckbeards. They're too lazy and nasty to shave it off. They just let it
Exact.
sit
Okay,
there.
and
And,
then, you know,
I apologize.
And it gets hard because if you want to be critical of, say, Rise of Skywalker, you get lumped in with the Neckbeards and not people who actually have legitimate problems with the movie and don't hate it because of Rey, Finn, and Poe. Or, you go and see the Ghost in the Shell movie with Scarlett Johansson and you walk out of it saying, wow, they completely missed the point of Ghost in the Shell. And then they're like, Neckbeard. You're like, no, I have legitimate...
See,
I encounter a lot of it. You know where a lot of these fans are starting to sprout up now is in Star Trek, which disappoints me to no end.
Now,
Well, I mean, I'm seeing more of them. Maybe it's because I'm paying
I've
attention.
never seen a happy Star Trek fan. I mean, I guess except you guys.
It was weird. I was in the phone store this week, and this young person asked me, says, I see, because I have a Star Trek screensaver on my phone, and it says, well, now who's your favorite captain? And I said, Michael Burnham is now my new favorite captain. and she had no knowledge. She had no idea.
Disco's such a
about
good
Michael
show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Disco's such a good show.
And it's the most hated on show in Star
Well,
Trek.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. Exactly.
I wonder
they-
why. Could it be
they're
because a
hating-
black woman is in charge, or she doing things in space?
They're-
She doing black girl magics in a different galaxy? Everybody calm the fuzz down.
They're almost as shitty about Picard. They just don't like any of the new Trek. They,
I know,
They
right?
hate it all. Yep,
I
they'll
just,
rip on all of it.
And my,
You know
my,
what we say? Fuck them. Fuck them.
my favorite meme out there right now is Garrick and Dr. Bashir talking, and it says Garrick saying all Star Trek is real Trek, because that's the arguments. That's not real
Right,
Star Trek.
right.
It's all Star Trek is real Trek, and Dr. Bashir says even the ones I don't like, and then it's Garrick leaning in going, "My dear doctor, especially the ones you don't like."
I love it. I love it.
Well, yeah,
know-
I had a conversation with one of my friends about this too, specifically this kind of behavior, and we use Star Wars as the perfect example because Episode 7, this is too much like old Star Wars. Oh my god. Episode 8, this is too different than old Star Wars. And it's like you can't please people like this. They just
I don't even wade into those conversations
We
anymore.
dealt with this in the 90s, though, because people who loved classic Trek they liked Next Gen just fine, but when DS9 came out, they were just ripping on it constantly.
They had a problem with it.
Yeah, and like my father-in-law was always like, "Oh, Deep Sleep 9." It's like, okay, cool. I really like the show, but that's fine.
Let people like things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Tony
saying?
brought up Star Wars. I need some Star Wars expertise here, Lee. If you could weigh in.
What's a Star Wars?
What's a Star?
It's a war amongst the stars.
Oh,
Maybe Warren in the stars.
There is a new Star Wars show coming to Disney Plus, and the only thing we know about it really is the name. It's called Star Wars: The Acolyte.
yeah. High Republic era.
It's set in the time period of the High Republic. They have cast their first lead actor in The Acolyte. It's being developed by Russian Doll co-creator Leslie Headland.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
The show is set during the end of the High Republic era, which have plenty of books and comics and
Yes,
stories
good
out
books,
there.
great books.
So with a title like Acolyte, I'm guessing it's going to deal with some Force users, right?
Dark Side.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the ones that have acolytes.
All
Jedi
right.
have Padawans.
And the actress is Amanda Stenberg, and nobody is sure who she is likely to play. Only that it's most likely the lead and maybe a character named Aura, A-U-R-A. Is that hitting anything? Nothing?
Sing? I
It
don't
just
know.
says Aura. But they're not saying what the role is. She was Young Rue in the original Hunger Games. She was also in The Hate You Give. She was also in Dear Evan Hansen. Don't hold that against her.
Nah.
So
You gotta
yeah,
work. You gotta work.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what it is, but hey, it's a Star Wars and it's a new show. I'll take it.
High Republic is unique in the fact that so far we haven't seen any Sith. We've seen other kinds of bad guys, but the Sith are kind of in their hibernation period during this point. So
Okay. All right. And let's see, Rebecca, Colin Farrell.
Oh,
Bullseye?
about this.
He's Hot Penguin. No, he's not Hot
Yeah,
Penguin.
he was supposed to be my hot penguin.
You
Nope.
didn't get your Hot Penguin. No.
So
He
he's
has.
just character actor penguin.
He says he's only in the new Batman movie for like 8 minutes, is what he says. He says the main villain is the Riddler. I'm just there. And maybe this is why, because he is signed on to star in a series spin-off of the Batman, where he will.
We don't even know if he's good or not. We don't know if
He's
the
Colin
movie's
Farrell.
good.
He'll be fine.
He'll just be
Yeah.
hot and just do his thing. Good for him.
No, he's
Get that
ugly
check
in
there.
it.
They're gonna make him sit in that makeup like Jim Carrey in The Grinch in the year 2000. He's gonna have to undergo Navy SEAL training.
Yeah, he's getting his own HBO Max series spin-off for the Penguin. I guess it's his rise through the Gotham criminal underworld is what it'll be. I don't know, but
I'm with it.
I like-
HBO Max has kind of been crushing it on a lot of projects. So
Yeah.
It'll be better than Gotham. That's all that matters to me.
They're really cashing in on this new Batman, though. I mean, this is the second series that they're talking about doing.
They got a lot of faith in this one.
yeah,
so
I'm good with that.
And the Batman doesn't come out until March 4th. So
I do really want to know what is in Robert Pattinson's contract that would give him the confidence to move forward with another franchise, because he was done so dirty with Twilight, and he even hated it. So I don't know like what how many bags of money they gave him, or what the terms are for him to do another franchise.
Look at this. Look at the subject matter comparison. First of all, Batman versus the other thing.
Well, Batman
can't
versus
remember the name
Twilight,
of.
I would watch
Twilight.
the hell out of that. I would watch.
And then the director and stuff involved for the Batman movie, like really good. What's his name? I can't remember.
Matt Reeves.
He did,
Matt?
Yeah, Matt Reeves. He did Logan, right? And
Yes.
no,
Lee,
yes, he did. Don't do this to me, Lee.
Lee's just being Lee.
Oh, now
It's so fun. I love
now
it.
more in the chat room says maybe he'll start out as Hot Penguin, and then we'll find out where he got all those scars from. Maybe
Now-
that'll be it.
That could be interesting.
That could be
Well, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch that even less.
I'm just excited to see a Batman movie that's not ashamed of its subject matter.
Hey, I'm with Shannon. on
about
that.
the parents dying.
Yes.
So-
No, I'm
Matt-
just talking about those last Batman movies. They were ashamed that they were a superhero.
Matt Reeves.
Yeah,
Didn't,
Nolan stuff.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves is the Planet of the Apes director.
Yes.
He didn't do Logan.
Oh, that's what. Yeah. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Of
good job,
course I'm
Lee.
right.
And
Wow.
and let's see. There's turn on your Paramount Plus not only for Star Trek Discovery, but these South Park specials.
Holy shit.
Oh my
dude.
God! Have you
They're
watched
dropping.
the post-COVID special?
Well,
Yep.
the part 2 of that is on here in a few days, December
Fuck.
16th.
Oh, it's so good. South Park is one of those where I'm like, wow, I can't believe they still come up with shit.
Google South Park COVID shellfish, and I'm sure the clip will come up. It's a great little exchange about I'm not wearing mask for shellfish reasons. But in this new one that's coming out on the 16th, they've gone into the past to stop COVID before it happens, and this is where they will meet Victor Chaos. Of course, we all know Butters is Professor Chaos.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah, baby. Butters.
Fuck, I'm so excited.
I love that. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back after these messages.
We'll be right back.
Back.
Yes. My dear.
Shannon's got a good neck beard picture here for us. I've seen this one before.
Let me see.
Nah.
Whoa.
That's the boss. That's like the
Yeah,
boss.
that's the
Final
neck.
boss.
That's the neck beard god that all the other neck
Yeah.
beards, pray
Make
to.
it go away.
We should just leave that up.
wait,
We
I
should just
just-
have that. But like whenever somebody's we're
How
reading a
did they-
complaint.
How did we get a live stream from Harry Knowles?
I know, right?
I can't take it off. I can't look at it anymore.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Damn. That's a lot. That was a lot.
Oh,
Oh my
man.
God.
Hey, there's
that
an
was-
option here for banned from studio.
He's banned.
Damn, dude. That shit was.
That's too
that
funny.
shit was gross.
Yeah.
That is-
Kicking him.
Respectfully.
Kicking
Yuck.
that guest. Oh, did I
Bye
kick
Oh,
bye.
it
him
kicks
too?
Shannon out too, though.
Oh shit! Come back, Shannon. I didn't
Shannon,
think
come
it was
back.
We
kick.
really kick him out.
No, I didn't mean to. I meant to kick. He had 2 feeds going, and it kicked him
Yeah.
from both.
Oh,
Sorry,
I see,
Shannon.
I see.
Come back, Shannon.
You had 2 feeds going? How do you do that? Wow.
Well, you can share your screen and it just comes in as another feed.
I didn't know it would do that.
That shit's funny.
Text
Sorry,
him
Shannon.
or
He's gonna
hit him
be
up in
pissed.
He's-
Jarvis or
He's probably crying.
there we go.
Gets so sad when I pick on him like that. Come back, Shannon.
Have you tried not picking on him like that?
Yeah. There.
Sorry, Shannon. I just tried to kick the neck beard out, and it kicked you out too. So
The algorithm. It's the
It's all
algorithm.
good, man.
Algorithm.
Fucking asshole.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
this shit was funny.
right.
Hey, real shit.
thing
though,
you
that
didn't
was,
click-
was a funny pick.
Good thing you didn't click ban from studio.
I know. I almost
That would have
did.
made it a lot harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Bah.
Let's continue. And we're back. Okay. Did you guys hear about George Perez? The
Yes.
man.
Ooh, oh yeah.
That
comic book artist.
sucks.
I
he-
respect the hell out of his decision too, because just
He
like
says-
no, I'm
yeah.
not doing treatment. I don't want to be sick for the last little bit of my life.
He's 67, and he is responsible for a lot of what you see in Marvel stuff. Also, DC stuff. I
DC.
mean,
Yeah,
you
DC
know,
stuff too.
I mean, he drew the Infinity Gauntlet series, Infinite Earth, Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Yep.
Wonder Woman,
Amazing.
and a lot of the Avengers stuff from
Yeah.
back in the day.
I think he's who everyone wanted to be before everyone wanted to be Jim Lee.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say
Accurate.
that, yeah. It says, I've been given the option of chemotherapy and or radiation therapy, but after weighing all the variables and assessing just how much of my remaining days would be eaten up by doctor visits, treatments, hospital stays, and dealing with the often stressful and frustrating bureaucracy of the medical system, I've opted to just let nature take its course, and I will enjoy whatever time I have left as fully as possible with my family, friends, and fans. So, yeah.
That's
Go take a
awesome.
look. Go take a look at his art. It's
I
just,
respect that.
it's just amazing stuff.
Crisis on Infinite Earths has some of the most intricate like splash pages and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
That you will, and he was so good at that.
Oh yeah.
You know,
And fast.
Well, and,
Yeah.
When you-
and just think of that Infinity Gauntlet story that he drew. I mean, and how that has now resonated across the planet.
ooh, and
really.
he drew that Future Imperfect Hulk story too,
Oh really?
with the Maestro and all that.
Oh, that was good stuff.
That was him.
Yeah,
I think the last couple of people I know who've had cancer and gone through cancer have actually kind of regretted, especially in their 60s, have regretted going
yeah.
through chemotherapy because now they're just like, cool, I'm sick all the time and I can't enjoy life. I might live longer, but this last year has been hell. Was it worth it? Would it have been better just to live life on its own terms? And maybe you die horribly, but you're not sick forever.
Oh, Andrew in the chat room says that look for that JLA Avengers cover.
Yeah,
It's got hundreds of.
It's
characters.
got everyone in it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's overloaded with DC and Marvel, and it's incredible.
And he drew it all. All right, The Boys. We like The Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fucks with the boys.
I like big boys, itty bitty boys, Mississippi boys, inner
Bring
city
it
boys.
around.
I like the pretty boys with the bow ties. Get your nails did, get your hair dried. I like a big beard, I like a clean face. I don't discriminate. Come and get a taste from the playboys to the gay boys. I don't remember it from there.
Do we get sued for this?
I don't know, but it's, I give her a hand. That's
Yeah.
Lizzo literally cannot sue me. We have the same birthday.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, did y'all take the same DNA test as well?
Shut up.
Besides, if white people were in danger of being sued from appropriating black culture, we'd all be in trouble.
She didn't even write that damn song. So
Oh, she did?
that
Okay.
Shit, yeah, that shit. It's a stalemate. All right.
all right. But The Boys is reasonably popular with people who have the Amazon, and it's gotten a live action spin-off show already, which is on its way. And now it's getting a animated 8-part spin-off called Diabolical. It isn't a new series, but rather a collection of short films set in the superhero universe of The Boys, which is now being called the Boysverse.
How
Yeah,
clever.
What
Sounds
boy
real
band
good.
is that?
The Boyverse,
should've-
one I would like to go to.
Boys verse.
Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, Shannon's favorite folks, who are producing this. Says, ever since we saw the animated film The Animatrix, a series of short animated films set in that universe of The Matrix, we've wanted to rip
Really?
it off.
Here's your chance.
That's their statement. We've wanted to rip it off. Today, that dream has come true. Let's see. The actual content of Diabolical hasn't been announced, But you got to assume with that statement that probably has something to do with supervillains. I mean, with the name Diabolical, you'd think.
Well, they're
Well,
all
in the
villains.
boys verse, yeah, that could be the good guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The names of the yeah,
can't
that's
get
true.
behind that. I can't. They need a better universe than boys verse.
What's the
Well,
name of the
Vought-
company?
Vaughtverse.
They should call it the Vaughtverse.
Yeah,
Vaughtverse
Vaughtverse
is what it should
like
be.
Alliteration.
But that's too close to.
It's
That's too
perfect.
close to bratwurst.
Oh,
Now
but
I
that
want
just
one.
makes me
Now I
like
want
it
one.
more.
Hungry.
The names
Back
of
to
the
the boys verse.
the names of the people making these shorts have been released, and it's a pretty big list. It's Aquafina's in there. We got Garth Ennis, we got Elliot Glazer, we got
Garth Brooks.
Ilana Glazer from Broad City. We got Simon Rakiopapa from Invincible, Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty, Andy Samberg from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Aisha Tyler, and a lot of people involved in this. So
I bet I know. I'll be able to find out which character Justin Roiland is voicing within one syllable.
second, yeah.
Why do you
because
say that,
he has 3 voices that he does.
First time he says 5 years dungeon.
it says they're almost finished with it, but so it'll be sometime in 2022. Diabolical.
Ooh.
Boys verse.
Boys, maybe I made
Boys verse.
No,
I may have-
I've seen it
I may have
referred
read
to as.
that wrong.
I've seen it referred to as the boys verse in these articles. Yeah.
Bad.
Oh, okay.
That shit's funny to me.
Just bad.
HBO is making a Last of Us TV series based on the video games,
Yep.
and they've recast a character because the guy Con O'Neill, I think, is the actor. He's having some scheduling conflicts. So playing the part of Bill in this will be
Not
Nick.
Bill.
Yeah, Nick Offerman is going to be playing Bill.
An
Now-
upgrade, probably.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Nick Offerman's an upgrade from almost anyone. He's
Oh,
just
yeah.
that good.
Yep.
He will play Bill alongside the White Lotus's Murray Bartlett, who will portray Bill's partner Frank.
See, I'm
who-
trying to
who-
remember who Bill
yeah.
is in the game.
Who's
and
the guy from the White Lotus?
Is it the host of the? Is it the host of this show?
Oh, the host of the
it Murray Bartlett?
hotel.
Suitcase
The
Poo
suitcase?
Poo?
Is that who it is?
Suitcase poo poo verse.
Yes.
Murray
Bill-
Bartlett. Armand.
That's Armand. Yeah. Okay. That's the pooper. Bill and Frank's story brought a surprising amount of emotional gravity to the Last of Us video game characters. It says here. So yeah, Frank and Bill in the Last of Us.
Okay, yeah. This is the guy. This is the character who I was thinking of. They must be writing him a larger part for the show because he's only in maybe 10% of the game itself. So
Well,
if
now
they get
you'll-
Nick Offerman, they'll probably make him a bigger.
I am Bill, and these are zombies.
I just want to go back and watch his special, his stand-up special, because there's that whole bit where he's just talking about gently 69ing his wife by the foot.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
funny as hell.
The way he just
And then
drops
the
that shit, you know.
the can I smell your dick? That shit is hysterical.
I'm listening to his newest book on Audible, and it's just
What's it called?
fucking. It's
It,
where the buffalo and antelope roam.
That's
where
right.
the deer and
Okay,
antelope
yeah.
play or something like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
It's
And
about
it's
walking
just-
outside
yeah, and just life. It's just
in life.
I just like listening to him talk.
Well, you might be listening to an audio drama soon. If you're a fan, see how I did that? Look at that.
Yeah, it's so
That's good.
Kerry.
Yep.
Those are starting to get really, really popular in a cool way.
Audio dramas, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fucks with it.
Old
Books
time
that
radio
you
shows.
listen to?
Here's one that they're putting together that was announced during LA Comic Con. It's the Batman the Animated Series audio drama. It was Kevin Conroy and John Glover who did the Riddler on that. Said that an audio drama is in the works that will continue the series. Writer Alan Burnett is developing the project. The Riddler's back in this. Let's see. There are a lot of these out there with Batman. HBO Max has Batman the Audio Adventures with Jeffrey Wright as Batman.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
a lot of Batman ones.
There's an upcoming Batman Unburied starring Winston Duke as Batman.
Oh, cool.
Good choice. Good choice.
David S. Goyer overseeing that. Marvel's got, of course, a bunch of them.
A Batman?
No,
I got the
there was-
Wolverine one.
couple of
good.
Wolverine ones, and let's see, Bruce Timm is
they
developing
they did a Fantastic Four one
yes.
that I remember listening to. That was pretty good.
Bruce Timm is working on a separate animated show for HBO Max as well.
That I saw some stuff from that, and I am so excited about it because Bruce Timm was saying that it's literally a continuation of the animated series in spirit, but able to go into territory they weren't allowed to do on network television.
I want that.
And Kevin Conroy said that Danny Elfman is going to write the theme for this thing.
Nice.
Awesome.
There you go. Well, I mean, does he have to write a new one? I mean, he wrote the old
The one he
right?
has is iconic. I mean,
It's so funny because it was a throwaway. His own words. It was a throwaway. Like
Was it really?
they came to him and they said, "Can you do a theme for the Batman animated series?" It's like, "Sure, whatever. Here you go."
He said
And-
the same thing about the Simpsons theme too. He just tossed
Oh
it
my
out.
Just a
gosh.
throwaway because he wasn't doing that kind of work yet. It was Tim Burton who dragged him kicking and screaming into doing movies.
Because Burton was an Oingo Boingo fan, and that's how it
Right.
happened.
that's wild.
Yeah, it's actually that behind the scenes on Nightmare Before Christmas on Netflix that gets into Tim Burton basically dragging Danny Elfman into scoring films.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, here we go. If you like the scary stuff, your Mike Flanagan is back. He did Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor.
Don't forget Midnight Mass.
Oh,
Baby.
yes, and that.
Still
He is
want to
now.
watch that.
He is. People say it's really good. I haven't had a chance
I loved
yet.
it.
Oh, you haven't even watched it yet? Ooh, it gets real heavy on soliloquies and monologues, but still very good.
Well, then this next project makes sense because he is doing Fall of the House of Usher, based on
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Thank you, Jay.
Oh, that was an Usher joke. I get it.
It was well done. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I will try to find a way to work in a six-pack abs joke somewhere because he's got he's got
Ursher, baby.
Sure.
I think those are referred to as cum gutters.
Cum
Is,
gutters.
cum gutters. Yes.
what Rick
Thank
and Morty says.
He announced the first members of his cast. He's got Frank Langella. He's got my girlfriend Carla Gugino. He's got Mary
Hey,
O'Donnell
wait,
in there.
she's your girlfriend?
Yes.
No, that's the side.
Yeah. He's got Carl Lumley and Mark Hamill is going to be.
Wow, I like this cast.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
He says this. He says this miniseries is a modern remix of some of the most iconic works of Edgar Allan Poe. To tell this epic tale of greed, horror, and tragedy, we have assembled the largest ensemble cast in the history of Intrepid Pictures. So
They better give some tribute to Vincent Price because he was iconic in the 1960s version of The Fall of House of Usher.
oh, there you go. All right, let me get Rebecca's conspiracy music going here. Yes, we need,
my time has come.
You would have heard it last week if you could have been here.
I tried. I even cried about it, okay?
Yeah.
I hope you're happy.
All right. What does one make of this, Scully? All right. So Kevin Feige
Yeah, my man.
says he's being interviewed, and I had to double source this because I didn't believe the way it was originally written. I needed to see the video for myself, and I finally found the video.
Because he's very tricky. He's a very tricky boy.
He's a bastard. He said, when asked specifically about Charlie Cox and Daredevil, okay, he said, if you were to see Daredevil in upcoming things, Charlie Cox, yes, would be the actor playing Daredevil. Where we see that, how we see that, when we see that, remains to be seen.
I want to know who writes this shit for him, or does he do it and he's just
It's
like
him.
so good at like,
It's him.
The tease.
yeah,
him.
he's just so. His wife must be so lucky.
He's a
Well, we
P.T.
know-
Barnum without the modern day P.T. Barnum without all the shitty P.T. Barnumness.
We know what this
we
means,
don't know.
right?
He
we know.
might be running elephants behind the scenes.
We know what this means. This means, of course, Mephisto confirmed. That's what this
Exactly.
means.
I've
Confirmed.
been saying.
Yeah.
So there we go. Now, to pile onto that statement, they went to Stephen DeKnight, who was the showrunner on Daredevil on Netflix. Yeah.
I'm willing
He-
to bet he had literally nothing to say and knew nothing about anything.
Here's what he tweeted back to the person asking him. He said, "No idea."
Because they do not loop in anybody. Whatever Kevin
Right.
whatever Kevin Feige wants to do, he just does, but then doesn't tell anybody.
And this is true. We know this because of an article in the Hollywood Reporter I just read, which was when they were making the Black Widow movie, nobody told anybody about, we need a scene with Yelena at Black Widow's grave, and then we need Julia Louis-Dreyfus there, and she's going to say some stuff. Just shoot it, okay? And the guy in charge of it was like, what am I doing? You don't need to know anything. Just do this. Make them say this. Make this scene happen. Just do it. It doesn't matter. And the guy who's making the scene said, I feel like I might be screwing somebody over down the road. I'm not sure.
Well, not like their whole approach is the less people involved, the less likely secrets are
leak.
going to get out.
Yeah, spoilers.
Which
Thanks.
good for them, but
I was gonna say thanks for them having to do that. Thanks, Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo. This is your guys' fault.
Yep.
Yeah.
I cannot wait, honestly. I cannot wait for when Oscar Isaac is doing press tours because I just want to see if he cares or not.
That's true.
I think he's
That's
going to
true.
carry. He likes the character of Moon Knight an awful lot. We'll talk about this when we deep dive Hawkeye a little later. But just so everyone knows, Marvel's had all of those characters from the Netflix series back in their rights wheelhouse for almost a year now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, even Punisher, they're all
It
back
all
on.
reverted.
Yep.
And then a couple of comic book news, just quick things. Captain Carter is getting her own solo comic coming up.
Hell yeah.
5-issue miniseries. It says here it's from the Marek Kresta, who did Star Wars Dr. Aphra, which is a good comic.
Great comic.
And Jamie McKelvey of Young Avengers and Wicked and Divine fame.
Jamie McKelvey, if you don't follow him on Twitter, he's a riot.
McKelvey described himself as a big fan of Carter, expressed excitement about doing the character. He said, like with Steve, part of the conflict will stem from having to reckon with living up to the world's perception of her. The world remembers the myth of Captain Carter, but to Peggy, the reality was just yesterday. Now she finds herself in nearly an unrecognizable world. How does she fit in? Can she be a superhero that people want her to be? And, it's going to be that. So,
Also very curious. Is there any like female writers on this?
There aren't any female comic book writers at all.
isn't that Marika Kresta?
What?
Marika Kresta, is she a writer or
okay.
an artist? She worked on Dr. Aphra. Anyway.
Well, I'm just saying, kind of difficult to write about being a woman in the 21st century if you're a man.
Talk
Just
to him.
tossing it out there.
Yeah.
And then Robert Kirkman, who wants to own all the toys, has apparently working to acquire publishing licenses to G.I. Joe and Transformers. He wants to do it at Skybound and take it away from IDW. Apparently, Hasbro hasn't been too happy with what IDW has been doing with their characters. So he is doing his best to take over Joe and Transformers.
Wait,
And-
so Hasbro wants to take their toys and go home?
There he is. That's
Yeah,
why
my
we
man.
keep him around, folks.
Hey!
There we go. Kids table.
After these
These
messages.
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 We'll be right
back.
Yeah.
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 We'll be right back.
Yes.
We're brothers.
Let's see.
Tony, when are we going to do the gross? Do the gross.
Do the gross? Well, when you put it that way, I'm ready whenever. I got the sodas here, so just
Cool.
we can get those to you.
I almost bought a gingerbread Mountain Dew, but then I remembered you probably have a lot.
I do. I have more
Y'all are
than
just
enough.
so fun.
Now, a couple
Like
of things.
for real, I love y'all.
Egg, did you say that Image is taking over G.I. Joe and Transformers? Is it Image that's taking over?
Word.
Because all you're saying is they already announced Image is taking over the license.
Oh, I'll Google it. Okay.
I saw the article about Skybound
Yeah, the Skybound's a new one.
yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, because I read about Image, but now maybe Image and Skybound were fighting over it. I mean, because they're hella licenses to have.
No, I don't.
Yes. What does that mean? Yes. Image
I'm
has
Googling.
taken
I'm
over
looking
it.
it up. I'm looking it up.
Yo, Ed,
Sorry, yes,
come on,
Image
help
is
out.
taking Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Okay, now that I'm excited about that because Image
I like
has just
Image.
way more to offer. I love
Yeah.
Image.
All right.
I
Don't get
trust
me
them
wrong.
with everything.
I like Kirkman. Kirkman's done awesome stuff, but
Yeah.
Skybound is an Image imprint.
Image
okay,
imprint.
so
Let's
this is
fucking
making
go.
sense now.
Let's go.
So,
Because I was going to say, I think Kirkman's basically published all of his stuff through Image, so that makes sense now.
there we go. Okay. Now it makes sense. And somebody was asking about when we may be getting back together in the basement again sometime soon. I just don't know.
Awkward silence.
Well, they're asking if we're going to continue to do the live video in the basement.
That's really hard to
yeah.
do.
That'll
Make
be
it
tricky.
happen.
We'll have to kick around some ideas and
All
see
you
if we can make it
do
work.
is just believe.
If you believe hard enough, if we do in the basement, it won't be as personal camera style as this is right now. It'll probably be like a 1 or 2 camera shot for the whole
We
table or
Yeah.
We
something.
need someone to switch back and forth between cameras. I'm just saying.
I
we'd have
actually
to figure that
prefer
out.
not being in the basement. But that's just me.
Oh, you don't like seeing us?
I
Yeah.
like seeing you guys just fine, but
We smell.
No,
Awkward silence.
no, I enjoy all of you guys, but
I-
something about the last 2 years has made me very difficult to get me out of the house for much of anything. So
Fair enough.
I'm in the
Fair
same
enough.
boat. I'm in the same boat.
Hey, listen, I respect everybody. Look, I'm 2 time zones away. Just tell me a flight and I'll be there. But I totally respect anybody's choice to do whatever, however they feel. I love y'all. I just want everybody safe.
All right. Let's continue. And we're back. Okay, let's see. What did we consume this week? Everybody's here. I've got a lot to unload on you.
Hold on, let me get my raincoat.
it's that boys verse thing all
We're
over
gonna do
again.
the gross. We're gonna do
we're
the
gonna do
gross.
the
Do the gross.
It is.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go first because I don't
there you
have
go.
very much.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine's kind of short too.
Yeah, I have nothing, nothing new. Just all the regulars. But I did get to watch a elementary school music performance yesterday, and
You would recommend it?
I wish I would have filmed one part of it because it was so stereotypical, right? So the fifth graders come on, and they're supposedly our orchestra, and the guy that teaches it is this older Jewish guy from New York, and he goes, "Okay, you're not gonna believe this, but these kids just barely got their instruments this morning for the first time." And we're like,
No.
I'm like, what? Right? So, but he did this thing where he let them try all the instruments, and then they got to choose which one they liked the best, right? Over the last 3 months, he goes, but we're going to see what kind of noise they can make with them. Right?
I love it.
So
He's like,
he's
yeah,
setting
that-
the expectations.
Yeah, he doesn't even say music. he says
he just
noise.
goes, yeah. Or, so he goes, all right, flutes, give it a blow. Isn't that great? Can you believe it? Isn't that great? Hey, trombones, give him a blow. Isn't that fantastic? And then he has them all. He says, all right, everybody all together. Give him a blow. Well, wait till you see what they can do in the spring. It's going to be fantastic.
I love that.
And I'm just laughing. And the fact that his last name is Asman is just the best, too. He's the Asman. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't even, not that
Come
good.
on. Yeah.
That was too good.
And then also watching kids play recorders, and I'm like, the fuck did those recorders ever do to you?
Existed. Have you heard them?
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, they're terrible. Yeah. All right. Who wants to go next then?
I'll
I'll go
and
next. No, go ahead. Ladies first.
Rebecca.
Ladies, I don't know about that. The only
Female
thing I
first.
have. to talk about is the new season of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I want to watch this.
It's very
anyways, I
good,
started
but also along with the new season of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they have started releasing a podcast. The three guys, Rob McElhenney, Glenn Howerton, and Charlie Day, they get together and they're watching the show from the beginning, and so each episode is about the episode, but it's not they derail like super quick, and so it's really just them like hanging out and shooting the shit, and it's very funny. Highly recommend.
You have my interest.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony,
Oh, is that it? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have
I
anything
guess.
else.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I watched part 2 of Masters of the Universe. Awesome.
I'm partway through it. Yeah.
Loved it. It was
so fun.
so good. So much
Yeah.
fun. I highly recommend that.
Okay.
I'm now on chapter 13 or 12 of the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I cannot recommend that game enough.
It's
It is-
fun.
It won an award.
It won Best Narration,
Yeah.
so Best Story and narration in a game at the Game Awards 2 nights ago. And yeah, it deserves it 100%. It has been
Tony,
a blast.
How heckin' pumped up do you get when you're in the middle of a fight and then the hand shoots up with the walk,
huddle.
and it's like huddle up, baby. I get so hyped. I'm like, yeah, and Andrew's over there like, what the fuck is going on?
The huddle mechanic is really cool.
It's so good.
Just like everything about this game is just high quality. The animation of the characters is great, especially during the cutscenes, the facial animations and the voice acting. Just cannot recommend this game enough. If you like good story games that are fun to play, this is top notch. Let's see, catching up on Wheel of Time. I caught up on the Wheel of Time series yesterday. That's all. I'm having a lot of fun with that one too. Now I'm coming into it as a total pleb. I have never read any of the
They
Wheel
take
of Time
some
books.
serious liberties with the source material, but they get the spirit of it perfect.
There you go. And they introduced my new favorite character in the series so far, which is, I can't remember his name, but he's the Ogier.
Loyal, the Ogier.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. He's just cool. And then Shannon. Remember I read Preacher a couple months ago? I talked about that. Garth Ennis, really awesome. So I decided to start watching the TV show.
Uh-oh.
And I watched the first episode, and I thought to myself, what's this?
Right.
Even the one episode in, I'm just like, wow, this is a complete departure from anything the comic book had, except for the names of the characters. And so I'm going to keep watching, but
Yeah.
I am
Do.
I am 100% considering this in my head as like an Elseworld story. This is an alternate universe Preacher.
Well, the first season is
Garbage.
you don't recognize, and then they start to touch on some of the comic
Some
book
of the stuff
And
from the
what
comic
a-
books. Okay.
What a great idea.
Well, I'm just and okay. So if they come back to it more in the second season, I can understand it. But watching the first episode, I'm just like, why did they even call this Preacher? Like, this is
Really?
That's how
Is
I
that
felt
what you
about,
thought?
That's how I felt about the live action Cowboy Bebop.
yeah. But I'm going to keep watching it and enjoy it out of spite. That's
Out of
right.
spite.
I couldn't even hate watch that shit. I fucking
It was too hard, huh?
Okay.
But yeah, I'll let you know what I think as I keep going. But it seemed, I mean, if I were to have watched it not having read the comics, I probably would have been like, this looks pretty cool. You know.
That's why
So,
my wife liked it. Anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see, Jay, you want to go?
Yeah. So first off, thanks. It's good to be back. I was gone for I was on assignment, and then I had a slight COVID scare.
yeah,
Turns
those
out
are
I had
fun.
it was, well, my body just gave out. It gave me all the symptoms of COVID, but no COVID. Turns out I had body aches, migraines, and a really bad sinus infection, which it's not COVID, but it was pretty scary. But I got a chance to caught up on some cool TV. In True Story with Kevin Hart, Netflix. It's a quick binge. Watch it. It takes a dark turn. Kevin Hart was playing like an alternate verse of himself. It's silly, it's stupid, and it's a thriller. I enjoyed it.
And speaking of Kevin Hart, did anybody see him playing Willis on the live?
Yes.
No, he was
Different
Arnold.
Strokes? He was Arnold.
Yeah, he's
Arnold.
Arnold.
Yeah.
I was actually, I forgot that I watched that. It was so fucking stupidly funny.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it worked,
Jay.
but Damon Wayans was great in it, and so I love Damon
Well,
Wayans.
seeing Kevin Hart sitting on John Lithgow's knee,
Yes.
getting talked to, it was so fucking funny.
That's great. All right, go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
Kat's been watching. She's been watching a lot of Dexter: Cold Blood, which was also filmed in Worcester, Massachusetts.
I'm liking it.
I'm enjoying it. Like excuse me. Oh, I tapped out of Dexter back in the old days when right at the Trinity Killer season, John Lithgow shit.
That's the season to get out, honestly.
Right, I tapped out, and so but I like poked my head, and I've kind of been like, like, what you watching? And she's like, oh, and I'm not really up on it, but I'm still enjoying it. There's enough to make it entertaining. So even if you haven't finished Dexter, I still like watching it. She's also been watching Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, she texted
yes.
me. She's like,
It's
I started
good.
Yellow Jackets, and I'm like, I'm so excited for you.
She's into that. And then she watched the show that Shannon was on with Jennifer Coolidge and Steve Zahn, the
White
Hawaii
Lotus.
Resort.
The terrible
Lotus?
people in Hawaii, White Lotus.
Oh, White
Yeah.
Lotus. Wow.
I didn't watch it. I called it White People Problems on Vacation, but
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
yeah. I was like,
My wife called it shitty white people on an island.
Yeah,
So,
it was not
the-
for me.
The best description I have seen for the show is it is written like a comedy, but performed as a drama.
Yeah, no, that's
okay.
the vibe I got because I was okay.
okay.
So I poke my head on shit when she's watching shit, and I was like, is Jennifer Coolidge like? Is she okay? You know what I mean? Like,
No.
is she just, I was like, is this her character or is she just like bad
It's her
Hollywood
character.
right now? But and so all right, so sorry guys, I do have a couple more because I've been away for a minute.
You're good.
And two, I watched Michael Shea's new comedy special. I enjoyed it.
That was good.
I preferred his first one back in 2016 more, but I still enjoyed it. I didn't like the ending, but that's comedy. Roy Wood Jr.'s Imperfect Messenger. Watch it. It is so good.
good.
Roy Wood Jr. is one of those comics that doesn't get appreciated enough. I mean, a lot of people, obviously, when you think, top black comedians, Michael Shea is going to be up there. Dave Chappelle's obviously going to be up there. But Roy Wood Jr. is like, he's the comic for right now that you need to be paying attention to. He's got 3 Comedy Central specials that are masterful.
And he kills it on The Daily Show, too.
Yeah, he's so good. He's got a great podcast called Roy Wood's Job Fair. Really fun. And then last thing that I have been enjoying the most is I have the Xbox Game Pass, and they happen to just put out there on Game Pass the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the definitive edition, where it takes place in a fictional version of 1995 California, which I was like 12 years old, and it is awesome. It is problematic. It is gang violence. It is black on black violence. It is black on brown violence. It's sad, and problematic, but goddamn it, it's fun. Grove Street for life. What's up? Oh shit, here we go again.
Rockstar has patched the crap out of those new definitive edition games over the last couple weeks. They're not nearly as bad as they were when they first got released.
Yeah, so. And it's like I was like, did it look this good or this bad? I couldn't tell, but
exactly.
It's a happy medium.
Now you can see individual fingers on the mittens.
Yes.
Yep. Right.
Lee, what have you consumed this week?
Finished Foundation, which I really enjoyed, and it's again one of those shows that takes massive liberties on the original source material, but we're talking about a science fiction story written in 1948, so you kind of have to, because what are women in 1948? So taking some of the major characters from the original Foundation books and making them women was a really smart choice, and I just dug it. And it's the people behind the new Galactica, so it's Ronald Moore and all those folks. Yeah. So they just made a beautiful looking show. It is so incredible to just look at and go, ooh. So Hawkeye, I can't believe that even exists.
I know, right?
How are we so lucky to live in a world where a show like Hawkeye can be? I watched this last episode with the fiance, and he was just killing me. Like, that guy is a throwaway character supposedly, right? and I'm just loving everything he's doing, even though in the comics he has a bigger role.
He's the swordsman, yeah.
Yeah. Wheel of Time series, I know a lot of people they're like, oh, it's not like the books. Well, the books, Randall Thor takes an entire chapter just building a litter for his dad to haul him down out of the mountains. So we get the Cliff's Notes that focuses more on women than the books do, which is kind of neat, and I enjoy that. Haven't watched the new Expanse. That just started. New Witcher starts on Friday. I'm super excited about that. I'm also excited about the news that my gambit on not going to see the Eternals in theaters has paid off because it's just hitting Disney Plus in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And Masters of the Universe, finished that, and it's proof that neckbeards can't derail something no matter how hard they hate it, because they fucking hated it. But now they're like, oh, they went back and reanimated it because we were so upset. No, it was already done, idiots.
It was done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was done.
And then I watched the best part of the Game Awards on YouTube without the Game Awards. I watched all the trailers for the upcoming games, and this is super exciting for me.
It was good.
Games that are like choose your own adventure stories, fully acted. Telltale Games is back with a different
I love
studio.
those. Yeah,
Yes.
I love
They're doing a Trek game. And it's set in the next gen DS9 period. So and they got some old unused footage of Leonard Nimoy that they're using. So there's
Really?
some new Nimoy stuff, and a Telltale game focusing on my favorite Expanse character, Kamina Drummer, in an Expanse Telltale game. So I'm so stoked because those aren't games that you have to be like an amazing aim. You just push the button for whatever reaction you want to have. So
right.
Shannon, those are your games.
Exactly.
Actually, the Batman Telltale games are amazing.
Oh yeah,
real good.
you'd like that, Shannon. No skill.
Right. Well, good. That's the kind of game for me.
It's choose your own adventure, but acted.
Yeah. All right. Two things. The first one, quickly, I'll tell you about, and then the second one, you need to get comfortable because I got to go on. All right.
Oh shit. Oh
So,
shit.
so the first
I like
thing
this.
that I watched is on Netflix. It's a short series, and I'm not even sure how to pronounce the name of it. It's spelt like noir, but it's with a V instead of an N. So Voir, I guess. It's a docu-series about movies. Now, it covers different genres. There's one that focuses on revenge films. There's the final episode is one that will make you look at 48 Hours, the Nick Nolte Eddie Murphy movie. It'll make you look at it in a completely different light because they do a deep dive on it. But the first episode, it's 22 minutes, and I'm here to tell you, you know what a big Jaws fan I am. This 22 minutes is the best commentary I've ever seen about the movie Jaws.
Okay.
And it's from somebody who is about a year younger than me, probably. And we went through the same experiences about going through this in theaters and how it changed not only our lives, but movies in general. It's so perfect, this first episode about Jaws, 22 minutes. So if you're a fan of Jaws like me, go watch this. But it's a good series, regardless if you're a fan of movies. Okay, here's what happened last night. We broke into the wine advent calendar.
Fuck yeah.
How big is this calendar? Is it like wall
know.
size?
It's
or-
a big box. It's a big box.
yeah.
And it was a tasty Chardonnay. But anyway, Sue said, "Listen, I downloaded Tubi onto the TV here because she wanted to see this Lady Vengeance movie that was in the Vengeance movie thing from Voir that we watched." And she says, "That's the only place you can see it." So I downloaded that, and we can watch that tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do. So, but I also noticed they have old episodes of Fantasy Island on there. She said, "I remember as a child, the greatest thing in the world. I wanted to be a mermaid so bad, and there was an episode with the mermaid. I found it. We're going to watch it right now." Okay.
All right.
As we know, 1977, Fantasy Island was the biggest show on the night it was broadcast.
Facts.
3/4 of the country was watching Fantasy Island. It was huge.
Including
all right?
me.
Yes, we all were. Everybody watched it. It was the thing to watch. So the episode starts, and here comes John Saxon and some unknown actress. I didn't recognize her at all. And Mr. Rourke is telling Tattoo about these people that are coming to the island. And he says, this is Dr. John Saxon, and he's an oceanographer, and he's bored with his work, and he wants to make a new discovery, and so that's why he's here. But you'll notice, Tattoo, that this couple's marriage is in trouble. It's not going well. And so that's another thing that we're going to take care of while we're here. Right? Okay, great. Another person comes out of the plane. This young lady is actress lady, and she met a guy. She met a guy 4 years ago who she met him one night, and she said he was the perfect man, and all she wants, her fantasy, is to go on a date with him again. But I'm afraid she's going to learn a valuable lesson, Tattoo. All right, so we got our 2 stories established. We'll start with the actress lady story. So she gets with Mr. Rourke and says, I'm really looking forward to this. This guy's the perfect man. I just wanted to go out with him just ever since I met him. Well, you understand, actress lady, that I think that this person is a dangerous person and you should be warned. Oh, really? Really? Is that the case? Says, yes, as a matter of fact, I have banned him from my island. He lives on an island next door. right over here. He just lives right over there. So I'm going to have to send you over there to get him. So
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Do these characters, like actress lady and marine biologist man, know when they come to Fantasy Island that it is a magic island and they're going to get their dreams? Well, I mean, because they have
Rourke's an
It's
angel.
in the name.
He's
so
an
people.
angel.
That's what I mean. People come to the island knowing that weird stuff is going to happen, right?
So Mr. Rourke says, but I banned him from my island, but I'm just don't worry about it.
Because you don't know.
Because you're overthinking it is the problem.
Okay, sorry. 1977 logic. My bad.
Exactly. So he says, but Mr. Rourke says, I've unbanned him from Fantasy Island for 6 hours so that you two can have dinner tonight, and that's it. And I want him off the island. The date ends at 1. That's it. So he says, open the door, and there he is. So here comes the guy, and it's Vic Fontaine from Deep Space Nine. So Vic Fontaine, and he's carrying a tennis racket for some reason.
That's the tennis racket. He murdered all those people.
He's been allowed on the island for 6 hours. He's carrying a tennis racket.
Yeah, I'll bring my tennis racket.
All right, whatever.
For
Just
safety.
in case.
So he's like, I'm looking forward to dinner tonight. So cut to dinner tonight. There's Vic Fontaine, an actress lady, and they're having dinner, and everything's going. There's no dialogue. It's one of those cut scenes, those we put it together scenes.
It was a dining montage.
Dining montage, exactly.
Ooh,
So
bread.
Vic Fontaine,
Meat horse.
while actress lady isn't working, opens up his ring. Yes, he's prepared and done this many times, and drops powder into her wine. Closes it.
Right.
Iocane powder.
Oh, it gets worse,
Tasteless
Rebecca.
and odorless.
It gets worse. She passes out. Vic Fontaine picks her up, takes her to his island next door. There's a big mansion there, and his Mercedes is parked out front, and it never moves. Anyway,
Because where's he going to drive it?
Yeah.
turns out
Around the island.
he kidnaps women and takes them to his mansion so he can pimp them out.
Truly a timeless tale.
This is straight sex trafficking.
Kids, we're watching this show. All right. Anyway, yes, it's sex trafficking. It's sex trafficking.
It's Epstein Island.
It is.
Carrie.
Holy
Carrie,
shit.
None of the generation that raised us gave a shit what we watched, or we wouldn't have watched half the shit we got to say.
We did.
Honestly,
Well, we had
kudos. I wish
had-
I would have known about sex trafficking when I was a kid.
We had 3 choices. So Vic Fontaine says, this is Lily Munster. And Lily Munster, Yvonne DiCarlo, is in charge here. And you do what she
Ghislaine
says.
Maxwell.
You do what she says. And it's just best if you go along when all of my rich friends come to the island. And
What?
yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein.
And so actress ladies, she's,
Is this where they got the idea?
she's not having any of this shit, right? And so Lily Munster takes her down into the basement and chains her up and beats her. Kids are watching this.
Wow.
Anyway, so that actress lady gets all the rest of the women in the compound, we've got to stand up. We got to get out of here. We got to do this. And so they all escape, and they run out in front of the mansion. And I think that's as far as their plan was planned.
Well, they're on an island.
But luckily, a maintenance van pulled up just in time.
Wow.
They
From
pull
where?
from somewhere. I don't know,
It's
but
amphibious.
they
This shit
pull
is wild,
they
bro.
pull the maintenance people out, and they take over the windowless van, and they drive. Where they're driving, I don't know, but they drive.
To the sunset, straight into the ocean.
They drive to the beach,
Amphibious vehicle.
and there's Mr. Rourke
Of course.
with his personal army.
What?
Yeah, he has an army,
Because he's an angel.
and he says, "I've known about this all along. We're going to arrest him now."
So she was used as bait.
And I'm like, exactly.
There was a
You gotta roofie a woman if you want to make an omelet. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
There was
And
a
so-
rumored little-known third island where Hervé Villachez lived with children were not allowed.
So yeah, they used her as bait to catch this sex trafficker, and that was her vacation. Anyway,
But like,
So
I'm just imagining like young Jeffrey Epstein watching this episode going,
taking notes. You know,
Oh, so this
I gotta get rich.
I got to
So
get me
bu-
one of them rings. You know,
Bug Hunter in chat says this was prime cocaine time. Yes, yes.
yes. Okay, now to the mermaid story.
It's not done.
I told you to get
One of
comfortable.
Wait, there's
one of the
more?
stories.
I told you to get comfortable. The mermaid story. So,
Oh, that's how they
John's-
got the van to the island. The mermaid drove it.
John Saxon is Dr. John Saxon, and he's down at the ocean looking around for a new discovery. You know, like you do.
Roofie
Maybe I'll
Island.
find one. You know, because Mr. Rourke said there's some weird stuff over there. Go look over there.
Like sex trafficking. Look in the ocean.
Meanwhile, his wife is, of course, agonizing about this whole thing. I just wish that we could be. I love him, and I don't want to end this marriage. Blah blah blah. So anyway, John Saxon goes down to the beach, and he's an oceanographer. He's a marine biologist. He's swimming in the ocean and gets caught up in some seaweed that any kid could have swum out of. But he gets caught in the seaweed.
Sure.
And the mermaid saves him, right? And so, but the mermaid is weakened. She's up on land and she's weakened. So, what does he do?
Roofie her, take her to the island.
If you see a do you take the mermaid away from the ocean?
No, you put it back
It
in.
zooms in on his hand, and there's a ring, and he just opens it up and pours it in her mouth.
Every episode of Fantasy Island is just
It's a rape fantasy.
Y'all fucking wild. Y'all
so-
wild.
So he takes the mermaid away from the ocean, right?
Smart, like you do.
Of course.
Don't want it to get wet.
And
I
because
don't think
he's
my chinos wet.
but because he's a marine biologist and he's a doctor, he knows what he's doing. He puts her in a bubble bath because she needs
fun.
the water, right?
Soap will dry
You know,
out.
like Splash.
Like Splash, yeah.
I tried to wash a goldfish once in a bubble bath. It did not
Now-
go well.
They have a conversation about you need to come with me to the ocean and live with me because I love you and it's going to be great. And they're making
It's
out and
been
stuff.
an hour, and
Why
you've
does she
taken
sound
me
like
from
Donald
the place
Trump,
that
Carrie?
I live.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I am
why did you
hearing people are
So
saying.
meanwhile, John Saxon's wife is
We love the
outside.
mermaids.
John Saxon's wife's outside in this poorly designed bathroom door. That's another story. And she can hear what's going on in there. And she knocks on the door and says, "Well, you've got a woman in there. This is terrible. This is terrible." And John
It's like,
Saxon's
don't worry, she don't have a vagina.
and John said, "Well, that's never addressed. I wish it would have been. I'm surprised it wasn't." But anyways,
You
John
should see the
Saxon.
movie The Lighthouse. They do address that. Yeah.
So John Saxon stands up and he goes, "What? I don't know what you're talking about. There's nobody in here with me." And
There's
he
just
turns
a
around.
big old fish.
He turns around and the mermaid's gone, and there's just
Oh.
water going down the drain. Right.
Oh.
So then he runs out to the ocean and sees her, and she's there, and she says, "Yeah, I'm able to turn into liquid, and I got away, so everything's fine."
Yeah,
Alex Mack.
naturally.
Okay,
So
then.
that's how you do it. Come with me to the ocean. You must live with me, and they make out some more. And then John Saxon's wife comes down to the beach and sees them swimming away, and John Saxon starts to drown again for some reason. But the mermaid saves
He
him.
can't swim.
She is
And
siren.
then Mr. Rourke shows up and says, "Hey, mermaid, we've battled before, and you'd better be good." And so then the mermaid leaves, and John Saxon says, "No, I can't go with you, mermaid. I love my wife." So the lesson here, why their marriage was bad, is because John Saxon's wife wouldn't let him be a marine biologist. She always wanted so much attention, and they learned their lesson.
Oh.
Let him do his job, and everything will be fine in the marriage. That
No,
was
It
the
sounds
lesson.
like he's
So
a
it's all her
serial
fault.
cheater who will
No,
walk
no.
away with anybody
No.
who flashes a titty
No.
at him.
No, the
Well,
lesson is give your man some space. Give your man some space.
That was what they were
Yeah,
trying to
because
say.
she was the issue. She's barely in the episode.
Exactly. She wasn't the issue. It's because he worked all the time. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Marriages are a two-way street.
And
Hello.
I heard
Now
one
that's
time he fucked a
That ain't a
dolphin.
freeway.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I mean, he would have got down to the lost city of Atlanta and realized
Atlanta.
that if he
Atlanta.
tried to have sex with the mermaid, she just lays her eggs in the bed, and he has to just put his sperm all over the eggs.
He's
That's
got
how
to
it
jerk off
works.
on these
He's got to
eggs.
jerk off on those eggs.
Right?
You mean Atlantis?
Yeah.
No, I know what I said.
Atlanta.
You know,
Atlantis where the players play and they ride
But the
on them
best
things
part-
like every day.
was the woman who played the mermaid. They literally glued her hair down on her nipples so that we couldn't see her nipples.
Sounds hot.
Clever.
She was braless, but they were so clearly glued down. She
Yeah.
couldn't look up. She could not look up.
So she was like the Batman Tim Burton neck.
Yeah,
Of
could not move her
Yeah,
appliances.
no neck
Not move her
movement.
head.
There is one other thing you all need to watch. I'm so surprised you didn't bring it up on your list of things, Carrie. Try and find Disney's release of Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
It's so bad that even Disney pulled it down after
Oh,
about
yeah.
a couple hours because people were looking at it going, this looks cheap and shitty. And
Yeah, it
they
looks
got
terrible.
corny Disney actors going, this is so great. I love everything about this. This is so amazing. And
was
then some
that-
Twilight lady comes out and sings a song, and they're all like,
Yeah.
ew, this is like
It was the
Ewok
kid from
Adventure.
It was the kid from the Goldbergs who looks really weird without his glasses on.
Yeah. And he
Oh,
was just-
yeah.
and he was just Disney Channel
anymore.
acting all over the place, and it literally looked like what
it
was
was
that?
terrible.
What was that Max Power thing where you'd shoot at the TV?
Yes.
It looked like sets from that, but they want you to pay $6,000 to stay.
You shouldn't show us anything because it's not done yet. Wait for it to
No.
get done. You've
No.
already sold it. It's booked out 6 months. You're fine. Don't worry.
I don't think it is anymore.
Yeah.
I have people like, oh no, what have I done?
All right. Game.
For people in the chat that aren't getting the Lost City of Atlanta reference,
It's from
you need to watch more Futurama.
Futurama. No, I knew what you were doing, but I just we talked about Usher, and I just wanted made me think
Usher.
of Atlanta.
I think all the games are out, right, Tony?
There's a couple to mention. The Final Fantasy VII Remake is getting a PC release next week. That was announced at the Game Awards show.
So good.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And it was pretty dang good on the PS4 and the PS5, so now it's going to be on PC. Also, a game that looks kind of cool coming out called The Gunk. And if you have Game Pass, you have it included in your what do you call it, subscription right there. And then that's really about it. Those are the two that I wanted to mention. But I do want to go back to very briefly what Lee mentioned earlier about the Game Awards. Go check out some of the stuff that was announced during that yes, too long 3-hour show. It was about an hour longer than it should have been, but they announced some really cool stuff. Like they showed more footage for Horizon Forbidden West. That looks amazing. They showed off a trailer, pre-rendered trailer, but still it could be good, of a new Star Wars game called Star Wars Eclipse.
Yeah, we were joking about that one.
Yeah,
Trailers look
'cause-
great. Show me the game.
Exactly. Yeah, there was no gameplay or anything like that shown, but they showed off some more Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
So
Yeah.
I yelled at my TV because I had no idea. I was at a friend's house and they were watching the Game Awards, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And then I just yelled because I was so excited. I can't wait. There was like an electric guitar that was shooting bullets. I was like,
You're
looks
playing
awesome.
role-playing game characters in a role-playing game that Tiny Tina is game mastering.
Yeah, Bunkers and Badasses
"I'm so
is the name of
fucking
it.
excited."
And there was a lot of other stuff too that they showed that I just can't remember off the top of my head that looked really good. And then they also had about a 1 minute long teaser of the new Halo TV show, which damn them for giving me hope that it might be good.
It looked great, didn't it?
It looked really cool.
Yeah. All right.
So there you go.
Shannon, before you ham us, just quickly, you'll notice that the episode is a little long because right after we finish here, we're going to an interview that I did earlier in the week with Nate Beagle, who is the voice of Crow T. Robot and the Mystery Science Theater live show. And so stick around for that. But Mr. B, if you would, please.
Okay, you're not going to believe this. But the ham just got this clarinet this morning. Okay? All right, ham. Give it a blow. Oh, wait. Oh, the ham don't have a fucking mouth. I'm sorry about that.
Someone has to blow the ham.
Happy holidays, y'all.
All right.
Somebody has to
Nice.
blow the ham. Those are famous last words.
Somebody has to blow the ham.
Indeed.
Love it.
Patrick, we'd love your 2 cents about the Star Wars hotel. He says he's going.
Oh, he's
in
got-
March.
Oh,
shit, I
nice.
wanna
Yeah,
guess.
let's.
Hell yeah.
We'd love to
Let us
hear
know.
about it. Yep.
If there's tears, Patrick, I want to come lick them off your face.
Speaking of tears.
Tears.
Speaking of tears, I have to show you. This is just visual. This is one of the creepiest toys. We remember how traumatized we were when Transformers the movie came out and Optimus Prime died.
What?
They made an action figure
Spoiler
of dead
alert.
Optimus Prime.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, because
okay. Can
when
please send me the
Transformers
link?
die, all the color leaches out of them.
Yeah,
Please
what the
send
heck?
me the link. I need to. I'm gonna send this to my brother. Oh, fuck it. I'll just find it. Excuse me.
Yeah, this is dead Optimus Prime as an action
That
figure.
is so funny.
Is that what it's called?
It is called
Yeah, it's pops
Fallen-
right up. There it is.
Fallen Leader Optimus Prime is what it's called.
Wow, pops right up.
But
$17.99.
because of that-
Not bad.
But because of that, we got Rodimus Prime, truly the best of all the
It's
primes.
a coup. It was a coup. Me and my brother have gotten into so many arguments about this. Like Ultra Magnus set him up to get murdered. I'm telling you, Ultra Magnus was engineered. Anyways, listen.
All right.
I do have to go.
Now,
So,
Egg is the biggest Transformer fan in the world. He says he's not buying this. Oh, Egg, you should.
I'm buying this for
get
my
that
brother
egg.
because this will make him so fucking sad.
I got this at Dr. Volt's. I think there's one more left up there. But anyway.
Hey y'all,
All right.
I gotta bounce.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Jay. Say hi to Cat.
Oh shit. Yeah. She gave me some sugar, so I'm gonna go get some sugar.
You gonna go get
More sugar?
laid?
No.
Oh, maybe.
Well, not
Oh, that was the best exit any of us have ever had.
There he goes.
By far.
And
Wow.
there he goes. All right.
then
Well,
there were 5.
that's right. Well, thank you all for being here.
watching.
Yeah, for checking
Yeah.
us out this Saturday. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Be safe. Make good